Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to talk about equations. Okay, so we're going to solve some two-step equations. So we're going to start with this little story problem here. It says the height in feet of a tree after X years is 1.5x plus 15. After how many years is the tree 24 feet tall? Okay, so note, anytime you see the word is in math, that means is equal to. Okay, so we have to set up an equation here. So the height of a tree after X years is this. So H equals this, 1.5x plus 15. Okay, so how many years is the tree 24 feet tall? So we want the height to be 24, so we're going to substitute 24 in here for H. And then we're just going to rewrite the rest of the equation. And now we need to solve this thing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and subtract 15 because we want to get x by itself, right? So we're going to subtract 15 from both sides. And we're going to get 1.5x. Now, I always like to have my variable on the left side. You know, like right here, I've got it. This is 9, by the way. I've got it on the right side, and I don't really like that. So I'm just going to switch it around. 1.5x equals 9. Just because that makes me feel happier and I can think better. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 1.5. So the 1.5 goes away here, and I get x, which is what I wanted. And then 9 divided by 1.5. Let's see, 1.5 times 2 is 3. So this should go in there 6 times. So x is 6. Now, what is x? Well, the question was, how many years? X years. So my proper answer is 6 years. So make sure to put your units down there. Okay? So there we go. Whoops. So combining like terms to solve equations. So now I've got this equation here, 8x minus 6x minus 25 equals negative 35. I need to combine my like terms here. So what are like terms? Well, anything with an x is a like term. So these are like terms. Anything without an x are also like terms. So these are like terms, and I'd like to combine them all. Now, since these are both on this side of the equation, it's just easy. 8x minus 6x is 2x. Okay? And I don't like to do 2 steps at one time because I tend to make mistakes. So I'm just going to copy that down right there like that. And now I'm going to go ahead and add 25 to both sides. And so I get 2x equals negative 10. And now I just need to divide by 2. And x equals negative 5. I didn't have a unit on this one, so I don't have to write out a units. It's just x. Okay, here's 3 problems. I want you to take a minute, pause the video, and go ahead and write these down, and pause the video and solve each one of them, and then unpause the video, jump back on here, and compare it to what I get. Okay, so I'll give you a minute to pause the video here. Okay, so this first one, pretty simple. I need to get rid of this this 1 here, so I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. So that leaves me with negative 3z. Now, here's something. When you write a z in math class, you should always put the line through the middle. Because if I just write it like this, that looks like a 2. That can be confusing to me. It can be confusing to you. So if you put that little slash through the z there, that lets everybody know that's a z, that's not a 2. Okay, this equals 6 over here. And then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. And that cancels out, and I get z equals negative 2. And I'm done with that one. Okay, over here. First thing I'm going to do is get rid of this -9. So I'm going to add 9 to both sides. So I get 1/2 x equals -16. All right, how do I get rid of a 1/2 x? I multiply both sides by 2. Makes that half go away. And I get x equals -32. I can't go any farther, so that one's done. It might make it stand out a little bit better if I make... No, maybe not. Okay, so this next one... all right, I've got like terms here. I want to combine those first. So -4n minus 8n, that's -12n. So now I subtract 17 from both sides to work on getting the n by itself, and I get -12n equals 6. And now I'm going to divide by -12. Let's switch the color up here so that it stands out. The -12 cancels the -12 here, and I get n equals -6 divided by -12 is going to be -1/2. And I reduce my fraction. That's just a fraction, 6/12. Okay, and I reduce it to 1/2. And it's negative because it's a positive divided by a negative. So there you go. You should have got -2, -32, and -1/2. Okay, quick review of the distributive property. So remember that A times B plus C equals A times B plus A times C. So basically what that means is when I have something outside the parentheses here, I distribute it. What's going on here? It's supposed to be green. Okay, I distribute this to everything in there. What's a distributor? A distributor is a company that takes their product and distributes it amongst a whole bunch of different businesses. So if you're selling Pepsi, you're a Pepsi distributor, you go around to all the different stores and you give them Pepsi, right? So this is what's happening here. We're distributing the A to all the stores in here, so the B gets an A and the C gets an A. All right, same thing over here with subtraction. A times B minus C is A times B minus A times C. Okay, so we're going to use the distributive property here to solve this equation. So I've got a 2 times this. So I've got to distribute my 2 in here. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times -5 is -10x. Now, I don't distribute the 2 to the 4 because it's outside the parentheses. So it's just plus 4 is -8. Now, the next thing that I need to do is I've got like terms to combine. I've got 2 and 4 here. So 2 plus 4. Remember the signs, the sign goes with the number right after it. So this is, excuse me, this doesn't have a sign, so it's positive. The negative goes with the 10. So 2 plus 4 is 6. So we're going to write it as -10x plus 6 equals -8. And now I need to get rid of this 6. I'm going to subtract the 6 from both sides. So -10x equals -14. I got room down here? I do. Okay, and then next, I'm going to divide by -10. And so this goes away, and I get x equals a negative divided by a negative is a positive. Now this is 14/10, but that will reduce because 2 will go into 14 7 times, and 2 will go into 10 5 times. So that's 7/5. So there's my answer. X is 7/5. And you don't have to do anything else with that, just leave it like that. I guess this can go under here. Just like that. We're just going to leave it. Okay. So use the table to find the number of miles X you need to run on Friday so that the mean number of miles per day is 1.5. So remember what the mean is. The mean is the average, right? The mean is the average. Remember, the word is means equals. Okay, so how do you find the average? You add them all up and you divide by however many there are. Okay, so here we go. So I know that 2 plus 0, I'm getting this from the chart here. So I ran 2 miles the first day, 0 the second day, 1.5 the third day, 0 the fourth day, and then the last day, I don't know. I got to figure that out. And I'm going to take that and divide it by 5, and that has to equal 1.5. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and this is a grouping symbol right here. So I got to do everything above. So 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 1.5 is 3.5, plus another 0. This is going to be 3.5 plus x divided by 5 equals 1.5. Now the next thing you want to do is get rid of the fraction. So I'm going to do that by multiplying both sides by 5. Because when I do that, it cancels that 5 out like that. So I get 3.5 plus x equals, let's see, 5 times 1.5, that would be 7.5. And now once you get to here, it's easy, right? So you're just going to subtract 3.5 from both sides. 4 miles. Yikes, that's going to be a long run because, you know, I dogged it on these 2 days. I didn't run at all, so I got to run a long ways to bring that average up. Zeros really bring an average down really quickly. That's why you don't want to have any zeros on your homework, because it brings your grade down a whole lot. Okay, so here you go. You're going to do 1 through 22 all on your homework assignment. It's this page right here, and it's this page right here. You can find a little bit better pictures of this in Google Classroom. So I will see you next time, guys.